unplanned. Caroline came along and asserted herself like Caroline does. And I love her. She's our next door neighbor, and she adores Marylou. And I get to tell one story from Caroline. And after the winter break, when she wasn't here a lot, she came back. She was all excited, and she said that she was telling her fellow students that she had to marry Marylou. So she wanted to read tonight something.
Marylou meant so much to me because she was so nice and she loved to play with me and my brother Angel. I loved to watch fireworks with her on the 4th of July. I liked when she came over to our house for breakfast and I always sat next to her. I liked to play fairies with Marylou. When we played fairies, she wore a scarf and a little bell on her ring. She took beautiful pictures of our family. She was a great photographer. And I brought an album of all the pictures she took of us. I miss Marylou so very much. I bet she is kayaking and having to take pictures of Jesus. She was the best neighbor and friend in the world to me, and my brother thinks so too.
I'm Pat, cousin. And I thought I'd start this just because it was when we were really little. It was not that long after her mom died. Her dad got married and trying to put the family kind of back together. But no one would replace her mom. And it was funny, we were putting up pictures this morning and I saw this one picture of us all at Easter time and I said, I couldn't remember who the woman was there. And later I said, oh, that's right, it was her first stepmom. And that's where the story comes in. So the boys, her older brothers were taken, I think, to some other neighbor in Kings Park, and Marylou came to stay with us while her dad went off with his new wife. And so Marylou and I were staying in the room together, and we were pretty young, I think in 6 or something like that. And Marylou was not happy about this, and I totally agree with her. This was a pretty terrible situation, so we decided that we had to run away from home. And in those days, all we knew was that image of hobos where they tied things, all their precious belongings, in scarves and tied them to a pole, and that's all you needed. So, and it was kind of cool out. It was actually a little rainy, but anyway, we tied all our special belongings on our poles, and we really did this. And we went out the back door so no one would know. And we got outside, and it was like pouring rain. And we got to the edge of our vast property. We lived in Levittown. And we looked at each other, and we knew this wasn't going to work. So we went back in the back door, and we went back to our room, and no one was for the white time. So Marylou had to deal with adversity early on. But the most fantastic thing to see was how she learned to live and love. And I'm just so thankful to have witnessed that.
Hi, my name is Jacobellis, and I've known Marylou for about 15 years. At first, as a colleague at Stony Brook University Hospital, we worked together, and then as an around the corner neighbor on Soundview Drive in Rocky Point. And finally, as a favorite friend who took me on a spiritual journey that changed my life forever. Marylou introduced me to yoga for the body, meditation for the mind, drumming for the soul, reintroduced me to photography for the spirit, and Donna for all of the above. But the single most greatest thing she ever taught me, and the thing that made my life immeasurably better overnight, and I'm talking secret to happiness, was she talked me into changing from a PC to a Mac. One day last fall, I was having a particularly frustrating time with the Apple program iMovie, and knew Marylou would have the answer. As I could see her driveway from my house, I noticed that she was out most of the day, and when she finally returned home, I called her for advice. She said she'd be right over with her Mac, and we could put them side by side and troubleshoot the problem. With hindsight, I realized I was quite selfish on that day. And on the phone, immediately going into my situation, forgetting to ask about her day. I mean, she was gone most of the day, but was she? I don't know. A few moments later, as promised, she was standing at my door with her computer in hand, and we sat down at the dining room table. She opened iMovie on her Mac, and soon I was looking at a movie she had taken. There was a beautiful deserted beach, beautiful sky, calm blue water, the color of Long Island Sound. But this was not our Rocky Point beach. Nothing was happening, so I leaned over and whispered, "What are we looking at?" She leaned back and said, "Just wait." Then finally, into the frame walks Catherine, the Reverend Catherine Barley, wearing a sash, holding a loose leaf, and facing the camera. "Oh," I said, "that's Catherine. What's she doing on that beach?" Again came the response, "Just wait." Then into the frame walked Alina and Marylou, who faced each other before Catherine. Finally, I got it. I started screaming, "Oh my God, you got married!" She was laughing and smiling from ear to ear. She was quite proud of herself that I fell for the trick she played in telling me about her marriage. Well, we watched the rest of the video in silence and through tears of joy. Marylou and Alina wanted an intimate ceremony, which is just what they got that day on a beach in Connecticut, located directly across the Long Island Sound from their front door. I never saw Marylou happier than on her wedding day. Then it dawned on me, you're on your honeymoon. What the heck are you doing? And in true Marylou spirit, she insisted on solving my iMovie problem.
Hi, just a real quick note, Marylou, this is for you. When I think of you, I think of energy, your love, and nature. I think of just pure compassion. And I want to tie it to these words. One day we went over to the house, and she was out in the front lawn taking picture after picture of a praying mantis laying eggs. So beautiful. She's laying eggs. It's so incredible. She was just in awe, and it's that spirit, that just awe, that for your energy, and just the whole compassion and energy that you have. Just, we love you.
My name is Mladek. I've been friend of Marylou's for 27 years. What can I say that hasn't already been said? We're here tonight to honor and remember and share our memories. She was a truly remarkable woman, a worker, friend, neighbor, and champion of many causes. She taught us all how to live life to its fullest and give her all in whatever we do. She was a shining example for us to follow. Her enthusiasm for photography, her loving and accepting ways, and zest for life and laughter will be with me for the rest of my life. Most of us were brought up to celebrate important milestones of our life by photographing them, like birth, christenings, weddings. But Marylou carried her camera with her daily and photographed every event of life as though it was the most important one, because to her it was. Every person was important, every event special, and her way of capturing the look on faces, places, and events brought them to life long after the moment. Each time I look at one of her photographs, I remember her, the event, as though it just happened. She captured her life in every glance, every way, and the events became real again. Marylou was my best friend and my first friend when I moved here from Michigan 27 years ago. I've had many wonderful and special memories, like the time she showed up at my house late at night on my birthday with a melting ice cream cake to be the only one to celebrate my day. She appeared at our doorstep one snowy morning on cross-country skis when we were neighbors and enticed my husband George to go out with her and play in the snow. She took me on my first kayak ride down the Nissequoc. She was always there for love, and I hope me for her. We laughed, we cried, we held each other when we were scared at what life was throwing at us. When she got sick, we stood tough, and mostly because of her and her positive attitude and strength. She was one of a kind friend that cannot be replaced, and a part of my heart is sad, and the other part is so thankful that she shared her life with me. I love you, Marylou, and miss you.
I'm one of Marylou's lucky neighbors, Donna, Lightfoot, and first time I met Marylou was in the middle of winter, a very cold day. She's in front of her house, and she's got charcoal, and she's making a little fire on the ground. And I didn't know who she was. It was our first day we met, and I was like, what are you doing? Turns out she went to Home Depot to get herself a mailbox, and they told her that you need to soften the ground, so get yourself some charcoal, make a little fire, and then you can dig the holes. Mailboxes. That was how I met her. And the other thing I just wanted to share, and as many people lucky as myself, she took over 300 photographs just to make a couple of photographs for my website. And she came up with the most beautiful, inspiring idea for it. And she was pushing my plants out of the way. And then she emailed the photographs to Alina, and she was the one who was doing the website. And Alina just went wild. I couldn't believe the inspiration that Marylou came up with for my website. And I mean, my list could go on and on, but I just had to share those two things.